Here goes another one. More rocks with an edge. One slip up and you might go where you don't want to go. This is going to be more pucker factor than anything, because if you go off the edge, you're in trouble. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
And we're Off-Road Travels and Florida Jeep Rides, and we're heading up into the mountains of North Carolina, between North Carolina and Tennessee. Join us today as we ride one of the most anticipated and anxious trails I've ever ridden. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. They call them the Great Smoky Mountains. So I've marked on Gaia a little red trail, and that is going to give you, from the rest area to the trailhead, it looks like it says it's 2.7 miles. We have stopped at the Haywood County rest area. It's about 2.7 miles down Interstate 40, and we're gonna record going in, but there's a lot of traffic on this highway today. Well, this is one of my bucket list trails. Welcome to Hurricane Creek, North Carolina. We have pulled off of Interstate 40 and we're getting ready to head down this trail. There's a couple things about this trail you need to know, housekeeping wise. One, it really is a one-way trail. You exit off of Interstate 40 and you make your way up to Max Patch Road. Two, if by chance somebody doesn't know that and they're coming down, trail etiquette is that the upward traveling vehicle has the right of way. It is dangerous to back down a hill because you can lose control a whole lot easier than going up a hill. So uphill has the right of way. Also, pack in what you pack out. This trail does require a higher clearance than normal. I would say decent sized tires, 33 or more. Air down would be definitely beneficial. There are some tricky areas that are technical that you're gonna have to get through. Overall, I'm really excited because the views are incredible. But here we go. I just want to reiterate why this is a one-way road, because one side of the Jeep has a rock wall. The other side of the Jeep has a ledge. There literally would be nowhere to turn around and you'd have to back up.
There is a stream down there. I don't know if you can see it. Matthew said that's Hurricane Creek.
there are pockets of water and mud holes. From what I could tell by all the videos that I've watched, none of them should be deep. So we're gonna continue on because we got a creek crossing to go through and a little area where some people are living. Hopefully this isn't a bear cave. It's a little cave on the side. And down there's the creek. Well, we're gonna continue shooting and continue riding this, but Randy kind of wants to tell you a little bit about why we're doing this.
I would like to make a video of this Hurricane Creek area that would allow those who maybe can't come and enjoy the beauty that's out here to enjoy it through the video that we make. But it's just to give you the feel of the beauty that we have here in the United States. I mean, we have wonderful things. God has made an awesome creation for us to enjoy. So I hope that this video blesses you in that way.
Somebody would have had to have a pretty serious chainsaw to make that cut. And this tree was totally blocking the road. For a brief moment, we're going to be on private property. Make sure you come through and be respectful of the people that live here off of this incredible road. That barn looks like it's about to fall down on top of the trail. That's one of the camping areas. Randy's trying to find her way across the creek so she can get me crossing the creek. And this is a tight area through here, as you can see, dropping down in. You got rocks on both sides, so it's going to be a little technical.
That's our first crossing. Definitely a narrow road. see the height of those ledges.
So this trail's been used enough that perhaps a stock Jeep would have a little bit more problem, especially if you got street tires on there. But if you're with somebody who's got a winch that can pull you over any hill anyway. I've seen the same kind of stuff over at Cassius Valley where people start going up hills off of the main trail area. There are repercussions for that. The Forestry Service does not want you doing this, and what they simply will do is they'll just close the trail. The gate will be closed and people won't be able to come back here anymore. What the Forestry Service does is they start putting big logs and stuff all along the edges because people keep going through areas they're not supposed to go. Even here, I see where all of the plants are trampled down because people are coming through here, coming down through there, climbing over this, and then going out over there. So you had a fun time, but they're gonna close it down. This looks like a nice camping area. This old school bus, been out here for years. This is part of the trail that a lot of people like to stop and see. Rumor has it that this school bus was once a camper and the owners just left it out here. Carolina Public Schools. Something Carolina Public Schools is what it said here on the side. There are areas of this trail that are pretty narrow as far as the trees go. If there's a tree on a road and you go over it and it's wood and wet, you are going to slide off of that. So be real careful if there happens to be a log and you think to myself, well, I can get across it. It can slide you. Wet wood does that. Well, that's a little bit of drone footage. There's not a whole lot of places that I can launch it out here. We still have the tree root rock obstacle that's coming up here, and that's going to be probably one of the most technical parts. Some of those steps that we went up earlier, that was pretty good. I enjoyed this. This trail is considered moderate, and that just means you need to have good clearance. I would say at least 33-inch tires. Lockers are helpful because there is some off-camberness, but it is a thoroughly enjoyable trail. You want to go on it while it's still open. Well, you're going to cross the Hurricane Creek multiple times. None of them have been deep, and it did rain last night, so it's still damp, but man, I can't express how beautiful this is, especially considering that we started at 9 o'clock in the morning and it's now 11:15, so it's really beautiful. Stone wall. Sometimes as you're riding out here, you'll find places where there's remnants of walls. The early settlers that came here, they used to build stone walls to mark property lines. Well, I'd have to say that so far, this is the sketchiest part. Because you got these big rocks up here in an angle, and they make you want to slide that way. So you think you got a good place to put your tire. You don't want to slide too far, because if not, you're going off the edge. On something like this, the best thing that you can do is just put your tire along there, go slow, go easy, and that way if you do get bumped, you won't get bumped too hard. The big obstacle is yet to come. So what'd you think of that?
A little sketchy there.
Because it was on your side was the edge, especially when it slid a little bit.
Yep, it was a little sketchy.
Yeah. And in case you haven't noticed, we're wheeling alone.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen another vehicle out here.
So we did plan on having somebody with us, but he started a new job and could not.
Dwayne, we miss you. Steve, we miss you. John. So we're gonna have to plan a trip to take people up on this trail. This is really, really a great trail. And it was on my bucket list, and I've been looking at the videos, and I just kind of wanted to do it because I saw that they've been having a few problems with people going the wrong way, a little bit of problems with people pulling off the interstate, and like most of the great trails, sometimes they get closed down. So I wanted to ride it before it was closed down. I always wanted to go through Nemo Tunnel, but it got closed down before I ever did. So if you're gonna ride it, come on out. As long as you're respectful, especially part of the Jeeping community, the trail can stay open. So I have reached the root and the rock obstacle. What we have is a very rocky approach, a very large tree, plenty of off-camber stuff, and you got to come up through all this where all these slippery roots are and make your way up and over this tree, and its roots, like right there, are going to want to slide you. If you try to go up that ridge, you're probably going to slide. So what I think I'm going to follow is this line right through here, but I don't want to get bonked into that rock either. So we're going to find out just how fun this obstacle is.
Matthew's tall, so I'm going to get you at my height walking through this. And he's going to go through this with the Jeep.
I had to back up a little bit and get a little momentum coming out of this, but overall it wasn't that hard. Nothing that a little bit of bumping couldn't take care of. You just don't want to bump stuff when there's an edge there like that. But we are past what I consider to be the big obstacle out here. I call it the rock and the tree. I'm sure it's got some kind of name. I don't know. If you rode this trail, what do you call this obstacle right here? Turnaround point?
that's on the other side of that sketchy area. There's definitely gotcha moments through here.
That was a gotcha. I gotta go look, see what I'm going over here.
Yeah, because this looks kind of crazy and there's a big drop.
Here goes another one. More rocks with an edge. And the edge is off there. I think I gotta put my tire along that stuff, but it's gonna drop me down into here. But I don't. I see some people rode their tire right along this edge here and came up over that, but one slip up and you might go where you don't want to go. This is gonna be a bit uncomfortable. This is gonna be more pucker factor than anything, because if you go off the edge, you're in trouble. At some point I've got to put my driver's tire up here and crawl over that like this. It'd be heading toward that tree.
Matthew's prepping just in case.
Get my tire on here and not slip. As soon as I get like right here, I'm gonna see if I can hook up my winch. So I need a spotter more than a photographer. Where are you telling me? Like that? Straighten. I gotta come that way. I gotta go. Is it the one with the vertical lip? My back end.
You got it.
My heart is beating. I did not like that, especially not on our own out here.
And I'm not a good spotter.
Oh man, I hope there's no more of that.
Safety first. That was a precaution. Matthew said that's what actually pulled him over it.
I'm looking at this, and boy, that sure looks like somebody went over the edge.
For me, it's a once in a lifetime.
I've been wheeling quite a while, but I think that has to be the most possible failure. Could result in catastrophic failure. Yeah. If I'd have slipped off and gone down,
that would have been it.
Randy would be very far out in the middle of nowhere.
And no reception.
No reception.
I've tried calling.
And probably not even able to find her way out so much.
No.
But take a friend on this trail. I know people have soloed it, but after that little obstacle, my recommendation is take somebody with you if you're going to ride this trail. And what we just went through, that's not for stock vehicles anymore. No. It's getting wore out and eroded, and it has become a risky and dangerous obstacle.
The ups and downs through here. Broad road leads to trouble.
Okay. That, at the end, is the right road. The well-traveled looking road is the wrong road. So we are gonna go that way. I went that way and it took me immediately off of the trail map. Should be somewhat smooth sailing from here if that Subaru just came back that way. Sigh of relief. Let me just tell you, that was a very beautiful trail, and we picked a great time to go on it. And I anticipated that we would hit the tree with the rock, so I was aware that that was going to be just an obstacle, but the tree was there, so I mean, it wasn't like you were going to get pushed over the edge. But there were two places that were rather precarious. The first one was a corner with some rocks on it, and you slid, and you slid toward the edge. Well, we didn't plan on doing this solo, and Dwayne, I sure wish you'd have been along. I'd have felt a little more comfortable on that one part. There are 3 obstacles on here that you need to be aware of. One of the obstacles is just around the corner with some rocks, and it's kind of a little bit slippery, and there is a bit of a drop off, but there's enough room to go by. Another one is a ledge with some rocks that are off camber, a big tree and a big rock. So if you bump either way, you're going to slide either into the tree or the rock. The last one is after the tree and rock, and that one literally is big rocks that you're going to have to go off camber on the edge of a steep drop off with no trees. So that means if you're going off the edge, you're going off the edge. We did hook up the winch just to be safe, and I winched myself across the rocks. I know a lot of people could probably do that with no issues. Maybe you've done it before, but we're solo and I didn't want to take the chance. Wasn't supposed to be solo. Dwayne, we missed you. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
And this has been a Florida Jeep Rides off-road travels up in the mountains of North Carolina. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.